Sometimes you have to do short rows for heels of a sock, or maybe if you're doing some shaping on a sweater. Hi, welcome to Sherry Knits. I love knitting and I want you to love it too. My favorite short row is a wrap and turn, and today I'm going to show you how to do it on the knit side. Let's get started. All right, let's talk about wrap and turns, and today we're going to do them on the knit row, knitwise. So wrap and turn is a way to create short rows. Short rows are commonly used for heels of a sock, maybe an upper back sweater shaping, anywhere you need to have a slightly different shape, not just a very rectangular or symmetrical shape, but something with a little bit of interest and movement. You can use short rows. And a short row is literally not working all the way across the row. So you'll go a little ways across and then turn. Now, if you're doing stockinette stitch and you knit part way across and turned and went back the other way, you're going to leave a hole at that spot where you turned. And so these different short row techniques will help you not to have that hole. There's lots of different ways you can do it. Wrap and turn happens to be my favorite. I think it's easy. I've been doing it a long time, so it's in my head. And it's the way that I like to do it. But there are other techniques that you might want to try out also. But today let's look at short rows using the wrap and turn method. And so on this piece that I've knit, I went to one stitch before the end, you can see here, and I did a wrap and turn. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit to 4 stitches before the previous wrap and turn and continue as we go. So let's go ahead and knit. And that's kind of how patterns will be written often. They'll tell you to go to so many stitches before the wrap and turn to create another one. So we'll look at how to recognize those wrap and turns. So I'm knitting across. Let's take a look. Okay, here's my wrap and turn. And if I want to go 4 stitches before, then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there we go. 1, 2, 3. Oops, did too many. 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 stitches before that wrap and turn. And so when you're looking for the wrap and turn, the main thing I look for is this little loop. That's the wrap that was previously made. And also right in front of that wrap is going to be a space. So you can also just look at that natural space where your stitches separate on the needle. And so I'm going to do a wrap and turn right here. And so how you're going to do that is take the tip of the right needle, insert it into the stitch, slip it across. We're knitting, so the yarn's in the back, so I want to bring it to the front in between those 2 stitches. Take the tip of the left needle straight through that stitch and put it right back over, and then take the yarn to the back in between. Okay, that's the wrap. And now we're going to turn and work back across. And we're just going to purl to the end. And then we'll do that again. But this time, again, we're not going to go to that wrap and turn. We're going to go to 4 stitches before. Sorry, I'm having some yarn management issues here. So knit across. Now, if you're having a hard time recognizing your wrap and turns, when you create them, you can take a locking stitch marker and just put it right on that wrap. So right before you turn it, put a stitch marker on there, and then you'll be able to recognize those wraps. Sometimes you're using yarns and it's, for whatever reason, a little harder to see, but there's my wrap, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. So let's do that wrap and turn again. Slip the stitch from the left needle to the right needle, bring the yarn to the front, slip the stitch back, just straight across, take it to the back, and this would be the point. If you wanted to, you could clip on one of those locking stitch markers and then turn and work back. Okay, let's do one more. I think we have space for just one more. So here, well, actually, we barely have space. So there's the wrap and turn, because there's that gap, and there's the wrap. 1, 2, 3, 4. So slip it straight across, move the yarn, slip it straight back, and then move the yarn to the back. And turn, and now when I turn, I just have the one stitch to purl. Okay, so now let's go along and we're going to knit across, picking up the wraps, working them together with the stitch. So if you were just to knit across and you just knit these stitches, you would have this little wrap there, and we want to get rid of that. So we're going to knit one, and I know this wrap and turn is right here. What you want to do is scoop up the wrap and then enter the stitch as if to knit, wrap, and bring your yarn through both of those, take it off. And then we're going to knit to the next wrap. There should be 3 stitches. There we go. And there's that wrap. So go under the wrap, enter the stitch on the needle like you're going to knit it, because you are. And then when you wrap the yarn, you're going to bring it through the stitch and the wrap, and then bring it off. Now, if you've used these markers, it'll tip you off to where that wrap and turn is. And you can take it off, under, pick it up, and knit through. 1, 2, 3, under, enter the stitch as if you're going to knit it, wrap it, and basically what you're doing is knitting 2 together, because you're knitting the stitch and the wrap together. And when you do the wrap and turn, what happens, let's find where it is, there it is you actually have, it's like a knit 2 together. So you'll have your stitch and you'll have the wrap, and it'll just lay nicely behind there. And you would just continue that all the way across, and then continue on with your pattern, but you've got some cool shaping. You can see this makes a nice slant. All right, that's wrap and turn knitwise. Give it a try. You can do it. You are the boss of your knitting. I'll see you next time. I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you give it a try and what you think. Click on the link below for Twisted Yarn Shop, my favorite online yarn shop, and check out their selection of yarns and knitting supplies for your next project.